Have you ever got blood on your pants? Yes, guys, I've definitely got blood on my pants. Hi guys, welcome back to Mia's Life. You guys are always asking me questions on just like periods and things like that. So today I'm going to be doing a Q&A for you guys. I just thought it'd be really nice just to answer lots of your questions in a video because you guys are always asking me on advice and my tips and things like that. So I asked you guys on Instagram and so many of you guys have replied and asked loads of questions. Guys, if you didn't see my Instagram post, if you don't have Instagram, you can leave some comments down below on this video. If you are new around here, make sure to click subscribe also. But yeah guys, you should definitely go down and leave your comments and then I'll try to reply. But if I can't reply, then I'm sure some of the other Mia accounts will reply. So yeah, feel free to just talk about periods and stuff like that. So guys, without further ado, let's get straight on to the video. So guys, first question is from Major Edwards. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. And she said, does having a period hurt? It really just depends on you and your body. Like some people it can hurt and some people it doesn't. And like the actual blood coming out doesn't hurt, but there's like some symptoms that you get on your period. Like not everybody gets them. It's perfectly normal to get them and then it's perfectly normal to not get them. There's symptoms that can hurt. So some people find they have like sore boobs when they're on their period. Some people find, although I haven't ever experienced that, but some people find they have cramps as well. I have experienced that a few times and not the nicest, but it's not too bad to be honest. And then some people say they get backaches on their period. I've never experienced that, but there are lots of things you could do to like help ease the pain of them. Some women say that when they have like cramps or something, that doing exercise helps them. So maybe if you are experiencing any pain or something, then you could try some exercise. You may want to drink some more water. Just try eating like healthier and just being healthier in general and like getting enough sleep and stuff, and that can really help with cramps. The next question is from MK Jam and she said, have you ever got blood on your pants? Yes guys, I've definitely got blood on my pants. I feel like everyone who's had a period will relate to this. Like there's just no way to stop it, especially if you go to sleep and it's a particularly heavy period. Sometimes like you can lay in a funny position and then you have a leakage and yeah, it's not the funnest. You kind of have to deal with it. So yeah, lots of my pants are stained. So the next question is from Rue33 and she said, when did you first get it? I got my period when I was 12. I feel like it was in May that I got it. Pretty soon I will have had it for a year now because it's now April. So yeah, I've almost had my periods for a year, so when I was 12. The next question is from Emma Dobrin and she said, were you ever scared to use a tampon and is it uncomfortable? By the way, love ya. Thank you, Emma. Yes, when I first used a tampon, I was absolutely terrified, guys. It's not actually that scary. Like when you actually do it for the first time, then you realize that, oh, it wasn't that bad. It shouldn't be uncomfortable unless if you do it wrong, then it will be uncomfortable, but it's not too bad to be honest. Like it takes practice, I feel like, but if you do it properly, then it shouldn't be uncomfortable at all and you won't even be able to feel it, which I really like about tampons because you kind of forget that you're on your period, which is a good thing. Especially if you're going to be doing like sports or something like that, it's really nice to be able to have tampons. If you're going to go swimming, and I actually love swimming, as you guys know, I always end up being on holiday and having my period at the same time. It's really annoying. I really love to go like swimming, especially on holiday. So yeah, it's really helpful to like have tampons. I don't use them on like regularly, but like I'll only use them if I have to or I need to. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't have to go swimming, but I really want to and I don't want to have to miss out on that. So that's what I really love about tampons. The next question is from Emmy Moo and she said, hey Mia, I love you and your videos. When you're on your period, do you get lots of cramps and pains? Like I said before, thank you so much, Emma. I only get like cramps around here on like my lower stomach. Usually I don't get them every time. I will get them if we're like traveling and I'm on my period, then I will get them because I feel like just when I'm like sitting down and not getting any exercise and also you get quite dehydrated on planes and stuff like that, then I will get cramps. Sometimes I do get cramps just on like a normal day. And usually what I do is I just like lay down for 5 minutes and then I'll be okay. Because sometimes it's just like you need to have a little break and just a little rest and then you'll be fine. That's what I like to do. You have to drink lots of water, but yeah, That's the only sort of pain I've ever got. I don't really get any of the other types of pains that other girls say that they get, but yeah. The next one is from Mia's Life Unofficial. I like what you've done there. She said, what is your favorite brand of period products? Now guys, I am always talking about this brand. This brand is absolutely amazing. I really love Lil Let's. They're really good because they say they have like the same absorbency, although some of you guys have said that you have heavier periods and you find that they're not like, they don't do enough, they aren't absorbent enough for you. My periods don't tend to be that heavy, so I really like them because they're smaller, but they have like the same amount of absorbency as like what I've tried. They're just like smaller, and I don't know what's about them, but they're just like a lot nicer than some other brands. The next question is from Katie, and she said, have you got any food cravings? Oh my goodness guys, when I'm on my period, I turn into like a bear, it's like wanting to eat food all the time. But yeah, the main thing that I crave is like peanut butter and like chocolate, but mainly peanut butter. When I'm on my period, I just like constantly want to eat either almond butter and dates, which is absolutely amazeballs, by the way guys. My favorite is actually almond butter. I'd say almond butter rather than peanut butter because I do like peanut butter. It's absolutely delicious, but almond butter is even better because it kind of has that marzipan sort of taste to it. So yeah, definitely almond butter. But my favorite thing to eat when I'm on my period is almond butter and apple slices. It is so good guys. If you haven't tried it, you should definitely go try it. You might be a bit hesitant and you'll be like, apple and almond butter, but it's absolutely amazing. It will change your life, guys. The next question is from Daisy Johnson, and she said, how do you deal with your cramps and do you get back pain? Like I said earlier, some people like to use like heating pads for cramps and stuff, and like I said, I don't get back pain, but I do get cramps. Sorry guys about the building works outside. Some people are doing building work. What I like to do is drink lots of water, lay down like I said. Some people like to use heating pads and things like that. Trying and just being as healthy as you possibly can. Sophie Lou said, who in your family did you tell first? I first told my mum, and then my mum told my stepdad and my sister. So yeah, it was definitely my mum. I just feel like the reason why I tell my mum first is just like, she's obviously the only one that can like relate. She's the only one that has ever had periods out of them, because obviously my stepdad doesn't because he's a boy, and then my sister's only 6. However, if you guys have big sisters that might be who have their periods, if you started your period, it might be nice to tell them, because I feel like Sienna was older than me. I probably may have told her first. Like, I don't know about it, but something about telling your mum seems a bit more scarier than telling your big sister. I mean, I don't really know because I obviously don't have a big sister. But yeah, I'm just like guessing if I did have a big sister, I probably would have told her first. But yeah, I told my mum first because she's like the only like woman in my family who I can like tell. Do you know what I mean, guys? The next question is from Family Biz. And she said, do you prefer tampons or pads? Love you. Thank you. I definitely prefer, this one's a difficult question because I like them for their like own different things. Like, I really like tampons because they just let you be like as if you're not on your period, and like they let you swim and do loads of cool things. But then I do really like pads because they're just really helpful. I'd say my favorite thing out of like all period products and stuff is actually reusable pads, because guys, they're so like wearing pants but extra thick. They're really soft and they're more comfortable than just like anything. I mean, they're not as comfortable as tampons obviously because you don't feel anything, but with reusable pads you do. But like at night time, they are the best thing ever, and I do like to wear them during the day quite often. But the only thing is about reusable pads is they're basically like cloth pads, if you don't know what I mean. And the only thing about them is they can be a bit impractical if you want to go out like shopping with your friends, or if you just like at school or something. It might be a little bit impractical, especially if you have a heavier flow, because I mean, I probably could get away with wearing just the same pad for like a while I was out. So I don't know, you'd probably have to change it. And obviously the thing about a reusable pad is you have to wash them in the sink once you've done with them, and then you put them in the wash basket. So yeah, that's the only thing, like the downside. That's the only downside of reusable pads, but I absolutely love them because they're more comfortable than the normal pad. Obviously they're reusable, so you're not throwing away all of that plastic. Like, reusable pads are amazeballs, guys. Like, I try to avoid using normal pads and tampons as much as I possibly can and just using reusable pads because they're just absolutely amazeballs, guys. The next question is from Marcus Martinus fan, Slow, and she said, how many days do you usually have your period for? I usually have mine for like 6 or 7 days. One week I had it for 5 days, and then the one time I even had my period, it lasts for 8 days, which, guys, if you are like, it's not necessarily the best to have like a period over 7 days. It's not supposed to be that good, but it was okay because obviously I've just started periods like I haven't. Usually for the first 2 years of your period, it can be a bit erratic. Like, it's not gonna be like perfect like every 28 days and it lasts 5 days. Like, obviously that's the average and the norm, but everybody's different. So yeah, my period usually lasts like on average 6 to 7 days. Kitu, I'm sorry, I can't say that, said, I'm scared to get my first period. How is it? Is it scary? Don't be scared to get your first period because it's just like, at first it can be nervous because you don't know what to expect, but in reality, once you get it and you're like, not that bad actually. So yeah, don't be scared about it just because there's no reason to be. It's not like that bad actually once you get it. I understand what you mean because before I got it, I was a bit nervous to get it. So yeah. How is it? Usually it's not that bad. Like you can just get on with your normal day. Like before I thought it would like change my life having a period, but it really doesn't. You just get on with your normal day and it's fine. And sometimes it can feel a little bit like you're peeing yourself or you can get cramps, but other than that, it's just normal. The next question is from Maddie Hurley, and she said, do you feel embarrassed talking about it with your friends or your parents? The answer to that is no, definitely not, guys. Periods are perfectly normal and natural. Every girl has had them or will have them for a while. There's nothing to be embarrassed about, to be honest. I feel like it's perfectly normal. It's no different. I feel like it's a little bit gross, but it's not like absolutely revolting. You can't ever mention it. When I say, like, if I was to tell someone I'm on my period, I'd kind of view that like, I don't feel embarrassed about it. No, definitely not. The next question is from Jessica, and she said, how do you know when you're due? And guys, how I know I'm due is I use a really helpful app called Clue. Basically, it's a period tracker. It's just so helpful. Like, you can put in your data of like when your period, it will tell you when your period's coming and everything like that. So that's how I know my period's coming, is with my app called Clue. I definitely recommend getting a period tracker. If you don't have a phone to get one on it, you may be able to get one on a tablet if you have one of them or something like that. I would definitely recommend like getting a calendar, and then you can note down when your period is, and then you can like roughly work it out. Like after a few cycles, you may realize there's a sort of like a pattern that you can notice in your cycle. So then you can like roughly know. Obviously, for the first 2 years, like I said, your period is probably gonna be a bit erratic. So for me, the period tracker is more just like a rough guide. Like, it's not definitely like I'm gonna say, okay, so on the 25th I'm gonna be on my period for definite. For me, it's more like a rough guide, so I'll know like from the 20th to make sure I always have pads in my bag and not to wear like, yeah, not to wear like white things. The next question is from Ada, and she said, does it affect you negatively doing daily activities? And the answer to that is no, definitely not. I just like, when I'm on my period, I make sure to never let it stop me doing anything. So yeah, that's like my top tip. Like, never let your period like stop you doing anything. If not, you'll just like regret it. And I don't know, I just don't let it affect me. I mean, you could let it affect you and say like, oh my goodness, I'm really in pain, but you just kind of have to like deal with it in a way. The next question is from Nadine, and she said, heavy or light period? For me personally, my period's really light but long. I don't know about you guys, but I would actually prefer it to be heavy and short. Like, I don't know, it's annoying having it so light because usually for like the first couple of days then it'll be like medium flow, and then it'll be like light flow for like another couple of days, and it's like, why does it have to be so light near the end? Because it's like too light to wear a pad or like a tampon. So yeah, it's a bit annoying at the end of your period, at the end of my period especially, because it's just so light and it's like, what is the point in this? But yeah. The next question is from Megan, and she said, if your period is around 2 days late, is it bad? Now, this really just depends on you and your period. Like, For me, if my period was 2 days later, then it said on my app, then I wouldn't be nervous about it, that's fine. For me, however, if your period is like really regular and it's always like that, I mean 2 days isn't that bad, but like if your period is like a week late or something and it's always like perfectly in time, always at the same time, then maybe you might want to just like, maybe you've changed something in your diet or something like that that could have affected it. So no, it's not necessarily bad if it's like 2 days. For me, it wouldn't be a problem, like 2 days, it's not that bad. The next question is from Emil JK, and she said, when did your mom get her period? By the way, love you. Thank you, Emma. I'm sorry if that's not your name, but that's what I'm guessing it is from your username. My mom got her period when she was 12. I got my period when I was 12 as well. Usually, if you're wondering when your period is going to come, I definitely recommend asking your mum, and she will probably have like, usually on average, people will start their period in like 2 years, between like that 2 years before or 2 years afterwards, like in that time period when their mum started it. So say if your mum started her periods when she was 12, you'd probably start it from like the age 10 to 14. So guys, that's all the questions I'm going to be answering today, because if not, this video is going to be super long. Thank you guys so much for all the questions that you guys asked me. I'm sorry that I couldn't answer them all, but tried my best. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and you never know guys, comment down below whether you'd like to see another one of these, because I would love to do another one of these, because I know there's so many more questions that you guys asked that I couldn't answer today. But yeah guys, also like I said in the beginning of this video, make sure to leave questions down below in the comments, just any questions you want to ask about periods. Don't be like shy or embarrassed, just feel free to ask anything you want, and if I can't reply to it, I'm sure loads of the other unicorns will for you. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you guys in my next video.